Hello, everyone. Thank you for tuning in to another video. Finally, it's about time that we as fans witness what good Devils hockey looks like. Yeah, the entire game wasn't perfect, and for a good portion of the time they were being outplayed, but this is exactly what we're looking for as fans. That was very entertaining, even though it was a low scoring game, very exciting, very entertaining. So let's break it down. Yeah, while there were a lot of negative things about this game and just in general, they looked fantastic. There were a lot of guys that worked hard, made smart decisions, and just played very, very well. There are multiple guys I can talk about from this game about what they did well, and it's so weird. Usually, being a Devils fan is surprising when they win, not only rooting for them to win. The last time the Devils played a hockey game, we're rooting for them to lose, get that better odds to first overall pick. Now the season restarts, and it's so weird wanting them to win again. Just for me personally, I'm a Jets fan, and I wanted the Jets to do nothing but lose to get the number one overall pick. So adding this, wanting the Devils to win, just makes it a whole lot weirder for me. Guys like Blackwood, Hughes, Ty Smith, and Govey, or as I like to call him, LK, aka Little Covey. They both got nice rings to it. This was one of these games where it's not like they're getting outworked the whole game. They're not really getting anything offensively, and they're constantly getting bailed out by Blackwood. That was not the case at all. They actually looked like they were competing with this team and not giving in, giving up, not letting them walk all over them. No, they were competing. They were playing hard, being hard on the puck, hard on the forecheck. The power play looked okay at times, not really, but man, I'm speechless. Of course, it starts in the first minute of the game when you know who else, Miles Wood, gets into a fight a minute in the game. When the Devils have offensive possession with the puck in the offensive zone, he gets into a fight, whatever. He gets kind of dummied, not going to lie. Kevin Miller pretty much had his way with him. They were getting rustle around, but it brought excitement earlier in the game, and Wood's not taking any crap from any of those stupid Bruins. Nothing really going on in the first period. It's pretty much back and forth the whole time. Bruins got a couple chances, Devils got a couple of chances, but nothing really spectacular. Tennyson has it deep in the Bruins. No. It wasn't until about a few minutes left in the first period where Tennyson had the puck in deep into the Bruins zone, sent it deep around the net. He has it just so the guys can get a change. The defender brings it around the net, tries to flip it up to the forward, to the near boards to get it out. Hughes picks it off, skates to the point, passes it to Smith. Smith releases it, shoots it on net, and it's deflected off of Wood for a 1-0 lead. Just another example of Miles Wood being a pain in the butt at the beginning of the game. And then he scores. This guy is the leading scorer of the Devils. Whoever would have thought? Hughes picks up an assist. Ty Smith picks up an assist. And both those guys' point streaks continue. Then the second period rolls around, and it's more or less of the same thing. Nothing really going on. It's a pretty boring game up to this point. The Bruins got a couple of power plays. Devils got a chance on the power play. And this is where the lead vanishes. The Bruins were buzzing towards the end of the second period. They eventually almost scored a goal, but it was waved off because of goalie interference. And Bruce Cassidy, the Bruins head coach, tried to challenge it and say that it wasn't goaltender interference, but the referee took a look at it and eventually was ruled goalie interference. So it was no goal. So that means the Devils got a power play because of the Bruins failed challenge. It's a 2-minute bench minor for delay of game. So the Devils are on the power play. And instead of scoring on it, they give up a shorty. Palmieri had the puck in the offensive zone, and he turned it over to Marchand. And Marchand and him are skating neck and neck. Marchand has the puck going up ice with Bergeron cutting, trailing. And Palmieri tries to knock him off the puck, can't, and Marchand passes it to Bergeron in front of the net. PK can't block it, and it beats Mackenzie Blackwood blocker side and ties this game. I don't care if you're a fan of Palmieri, like diehard or whatever, he has looked awful these last 2 games. He was the main reason they gave up a power play goal last game. Really hasn't found his game, hasn't scored, couple of chances, can't score on him. And then just this, he's looked terrible. Not to mention the fact that he's passing it to Charlie Coyle in the slot, in the high slot, for an easy chance in his own zone. Like, bro, what are you doing? He needs to get it figured out because he is one of the leaders on this team, and I don't care if he has rust or not still. This is unacceptable play. It's not even that he's playing like okay and he's not scoring goals. He's playing horribly. Sorry, English nerds. So enough with the negatives. We go into the third period tied 1-1. Let's see if we can score a goal and just get out of here. So the third period rolls around and the Devils are off to a sloppy start. The Bruins have multiple chances at the beginning, at like the first half of the period, and Mackenzie Blackwood is just keeping his team in the game like he's going to be doing all of the season. He made a couple of big saves when he needed to, and that really just helped us stay in the game until later in the period where we started to find our game. The Devils got a power play late in the third period because Yanni Kuokkanen drew a hook from Matt Grzelcyk, and I'm not going to lie, that power play didn't look too bad. So the Devils are on the power play, and they're moving it around. Couple nice chances. They had the Bruins hemmed in to their own zone for a decent amount of time, but just couldn't do anything. Something I would like to see a little bit more is Gusev doesn't really shoot the puck that often. I'd like to see him shoot more when he's at the far circle or the left side circle because he's a right shot. Use that one timer more. He's looking too much into the give back passes, the passes across the ice to Hughes. Just he's got a nice shot. He should definitely try and use it. He's not called the Russian rifle for nothing. Few you will understand that. But the Devils don't score on it, and eventually this game goes to overtime again. Getting a point out of the Boston Bruins is very impressive and just shows the progression of this team just from last season. So the Devils start the first 30 seconds of overtime on the power play and just really couldn't do anything anyway. But like the last overtime, it was going back and forth basically the whole time. I would say probably the Devils had a majority of the control in that overtime, which is good. But they really couldn't do anything. So there's under a minute left in overtime. The Bruins have it in our zone, and they look like they're going to make a pretty dangerous chance. The defenseman gets to the hash marks. It's blocked in front. Palmieri gets it, throws it up to Damon Severson, who's cutting one-on-one with the Bruin defenseman, I guess. And he sees that Sharangovich is cutting to the net or cutting to the blue line from center ice, and he's got a step ahead of his man behind him. Severson does this twirl pass behind the back, and Sharangovich buries it with 2 seconds left in overtime. And it's not one of those games where we just got away with the win and, we're lucky to even get to that point. No, this team looked like they were dominating the Bruins at times, and the result is what was deserved. This team plays hard, it competes, it doesn't give up, and it's really exciting to watch. And this is what I was talking about with the Lindy system. This is exactly what was going to happen. The players are buying in, and they're really showing that they believe that this can work. And it is working. Like I mentioned earlier, it's weird rooting for the Devils to win rather than lose. But I love it. Man, I can't tell you how excited I am for Tuesday night. Oh, the Rangers are screwed. Doesn't matter what happens tonight for the Islanders. The Rangers got themselves a handful on Tuesday night. So, on that note, that will do it for this video. Thank you so much if you decided to stay the whole time. Not only should you like and subscribe, but you should comment what you thought of the video, what you thought of the game, and what stuff you want to see in the future. With that said, I'll talk to you guys in the next video. Let's go, Devils. Sean out.